Review 19, multiplying and dividing integers. And the rule for multiplying and dividing integers is if they have the same sign, whether they're both negatives or they're both positives, it's always going to equal positive. So a negative times a negative makes a positive times a positive makes a positive. If they have different signs, then the answer is negative. For example, we have 6 times negative 3. They're different signs. Answer is going to be negative. And 6 times 3 is 18. 20 times negative 5. Different signs. Answer is going to be negative. And 20 times 5 is 100. 0 times negative 11. It doesn't matter what the signs are because 0 times any number equals 0. We have negative 10 times negative 4. So those are both negatives. The answer will be positive. And when we have a positive answer, we don't have to put the positive sign. We can just put the number. So 10 times 4 is 40. Same for dividing. If I have negative 12 divided by positive 3, that's going to make a negative 4. And 42 divided by negative 6 makes a negative 7. And negative 28 divided by negative 7 makes a positive 4. And then we have some multiple steps. You may have forgotten that these little lines right here mean absolute value. So kind of like parentheses, we have to do this part first. So negative 4 times positive 2 makes negative 8. But absolute value means the distance from 0, and it's always positive. So this is 16 divided by positive 8, which is positive 2. Number 4, we need to do what's in parentheses first. So 4 plus 5 makes 9. Then we do the 9 times negative 2. 9 times negative 2 makes negative 18. And on the bottom we have 3 times negative 3, which makes negative 9. And then negative 18 divided by negative 9 makes a positive 2. Number 5. Jared lost $460 on his investment over 2 months. He lost an equal amount each month. Determine the change in Jared's investment for each month. So we are dividing 460, and lost means negative, by 2 months. Negative 460 divided by 2. Negative divided by a positive makes the answer negative. And 2 goes into 4 2 times. And 2 goes into 6 3 times. And 2 goes into 0 0 times. So that's negative 230. And my favorite question. Grandpa Ernie is shrinking. Last year his height decreased by a total of 0.4 centimeters. If it decreases by the same amount each year, what will be the overall change in Grandpa Ernie's height in 6 years? So decreased by 0.4. Decreased means negative. And if that happened in 1 year, what's it going to be in 6 years? So we're multiplying times 6. And 4 times 6 is 24. I have 1 decimal place in the problem, so I need one space over 2.4. And it was a negative times a positive, so my answer is negative. Negative 2.4 centimeters. Poor Grandpa Ernie. Number 7 says solve for C. So we're trying to figure out, this is a little bit of algebra. We're trying to figure out what could we divide negative 15 by and get a negative 3. Well, for our answer to be negative, the signs would have to be different, so this will have to be a positive. C has to be a positive number. And what can I divide negative 15 by and get negative 3? 5. So C has to equal positive 5. Number 8. A pipe system for a new construction needs to be 8 feet below ground. The machine digs 2 feet at a time. How many digs will the machine need to make in order to reach the depth of the pipe system? If it's going below, that's negative, so negative 8. And each time it's going to dig 2 feet, so that's also negative. Digging down makes negative. So are we multiplying or dividing? Are we trying to make 8 feet 2 times? No, we're trying to see how many times it would take us. So that's division. A negative divided by a negative makes a positive, and 8 divided by 2 makes 4.